Hi guys, so I'm going to finish off the review sheet so we don't have to worry about doing that tomorrow in class and rushing. So we finished everything up to, I believe, question 1 on page 179. So this is page 179. Oops, number 1. Okay, so first you had to show that the BGRM is a parallelogram. And so I think the easiest way to do this is to find the slopes of all 4 sides. So for side BM, if you count up and over, you should get that it has a slope of 3. And then if you're going to go up and over, and that should give you a slope of 3. And then if you do the slope of BG, you're going to go up and to the left, so that means it's going to be a negative. And so the slope of BG is going to be a negative 1/3. And then the slope of MR, you're going up and to the left, so I'm going to just put it over here. The slope of that one is going to be negative 1/3 as well. Okay, so since this side has a slope of 3 and this side has a slope of 3, those two are parallel. So BM is parallel to RG because they both have a slope of 3. And then, let me just get another color. Since this slope is negative 1/3 and this slope is negative 1/3, that means that MR is parallel to BG, also because they both have a slope of negative 1/3. Sorry if you hear honking in the background, that's my dog playing with her new toy. Okay, so because opposite sides, so let me go to the next sheet. Okay, so because both pairs of opposite sides, this is exactly how you're going to write it on the test, are parallel, BGRM is a parallelogram. Sorry, my pen's not working. I don't know why. Okay, so that was the first thing. Okay, then the next thing you had to show is that what shape is this, or to prove it's a rectangle. So I'm going to go back and do purple. So if you look at BG has a slope of negative 1/3, and GR has a slope of 3. So we spoke about negative reciprocals, and since these are negative reciprocals of each other, BG and RG must be perpendicular, and therefore there's a right angle. Okay, so this is how you would write it. You would say BG is perpendicular to RG because slopes are, oh my god, this honking of her toy is getting really bad, I'm so sorry. Because slopes are negative reciprocals, and then you would say, whoops, sorry, since BGRM has a right angle, it's a rectangle. Okay, so that was page 179, number 1. Okay, and this is page 179, number 2, and you have a triangle, and it should look something like that, and you need to prove that this is an isosceles triangle. So we're going to do that by showing two sides are equal, so we're going to have to use the distance formula. So the first I'm going to do is for side GP. So G is the point 1,1, and P is the point 311. So you're going to label them. And then you're going to substitute it into the slope formula. And you should get that. And then once you simplify, you should get this. And that becomes this. And that becomes this. Okay, so GP is radical 104. So I'm going to erase this and make some room. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing for PY. So P is 311 and Y is 75. Label your points and substitute into the distance formula. Okay, so PY is radical 52. So I'm going to erase to make some room. Okay, and we have one more side to go, which will be GY. And G is 11 and Y is 75. Label your points and substitute into the distance formula. So this one is also radical 52. Okay, so now we can say that PGY is an isosceles triangle because it has two sides with the same length. Okay, and the next thing that you need to show is it a right triangle? So in order to do that, we have to prove that there's a right angle, and so if there's a right angle, we need to show that the lines are perpendicular. Okay, so let's make some room here. I'll go a different color. Blue. Okay, so if you do the slope of PY, you're going to count up and to the left, so it's going to be a negative 3/2. GY is going to be positive, and it's going to be up and over, and you're going to get 4/6, which is the same thing as 2/3. And GP, you're going to get a slope of 10/2, which is equal to 5. So if you compare negative 3/2 and a positive 2/3, those are negative reciprocals of each other. So you're going to say that triangle PGY is an isosceles right triangle because PY, let me just make this a little bit easier, PY is perpendicular to GY, and we know this because slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. Okay, so there's 3 problems left. Those we'll do in class. Okay, I hope that helped.